Tier 1 wrestling fans, I am longtime independent wrestling fan Robert. True Will was a great show on the part of Tier 1 wrestling, and it was the first full-fledged Tier 1 wrestling event of 2017. I was looking forward to this for quite some time. We start the action with we started out with we started out with a singles matchup as we saw Matthew Riddle defeat Penta Zero M to retain the Progress Wrestling Atlas Championship. As a result, Riddle became number one contender to the Tier 1 Wrestling Heavyweight Championship. Up next, we saw tag team action as we saw representing Federated, Mike Orlando and I guess new Federated member Nick Camarado with Mr. Martinez in their corner as they defeated Isaiah Wolf and TK Luther. Up next, we saw the debuting Devil's Outlaw Stockade defeat John Silver of the Beaver Boys. Next, we were set to see the King of Taunts David Starr challenge the Man of Steel Mike Verner for the FB 5-Borough Wrestling Heavyweight Championship. And during this match, out come the Cutthroat Kings, Connor Claxton and Logan Black, and they ambushed both men, and as a result, the match was a no contest. Up next, we had a four-way matchup, which we saw Maxwell Jacob Friedman defeat All Good Anthony Green, Colossal Mike Law, and Tony Deppen. Tony Deppen came out to Starships We Built This City. Next, in singles action, we saw Chris Dickinson, the Dirty Daddy, defeat Ace Romero in a very good match. Up next, we were scheduled to see the Cutthroat Kings defend the Tag Team Championship against the Breakfast Club, Francis Kipling Stevens and CPA. Just before the Breakfast Club hit the ring, the Kings attacked them from behind and trampling them to the point where Tier 1 Wrestling General Manager Christopher Beckett comes out, and he comes out with David Starr and Man of Steel Mike Verna, and he tells the Kings, I said things were going to change in Tier 1 Wrestling. And he said, you have two options. You can either, put those belts, hand those belts over to me and walk out the door, or you can defend them right now against the Star and Steel Connection. And the Kings chose the latter to defend the belts, and the Star and Steel Connection defeated the Cutthroat Kings to become the new Tier 1 Wrestling Tag Team Champions. And then our main event was set to see a three-way match where the Concrete Rose, Sonny Kiss, and Limitless Keith Lee were set to challenge wrestling's richest prize, Darius Carter, for the three-way match for the Tier 1 World Championship. Just before the match got underway, Tier 1 GM Christopher Beckett comes out and tells Darius, we agree on a few things. And then he says, this is not going to be a three-way match, it's a four-way elimination match. And out comes Bobby Fish. And, let's see. Yeah, Bobby Fish comes out and ends a four-way elimination matchup. Sonny Kiss was eliminated first. Then Keith Lee was put in a submission hold by both Fish and Carter. And here's what I don't get. I mean, the referee declares Lee out of the match after his arm dropped one time. I thought the arm's supposed to drop 3 times before a match ends or someone's eliminated through a submission. And then it came down to Carter one-on-one with Fish, and Carter eventually hit the foreclosure, enabling him to retain the heavyweight championship. But then out comes Matthew Riddle, and he tells Darius that he's now the number one contender by virtue of his win earlier against Penta Zero M. So and I guess he's going to get his title shot at the next event, which is titled Defining Moment on Friday night, June the 16th. Personal notes time. It was great seeing Mike McNicholas, Melissa, Peter Gilmore, Bill Parham, Jason Bob 87. Oh man, let me see. 2 memorable quotes. Why are you looking? Christian, when everybody was chatting micro penis at Maxwell. There's sweetness in nerds. This one lady next to Bill Parham when the Breakfast Club was ambushed by the Cutthroat Kings, which prevented them from challenging for the tag team title. But as stated earlier, Tier 1 Wrestling returns with Defining Moment on Friday night, June the 16th, from St. Finn Bars in Brooklyn, New York. I'm guessing Darius Carter will be defending the Tier 1 title against Matthew Riddle. Definitely like to see the new tag team champions, the Starred Steel Connection, defend their belts. I don't know what else I'd like to see, but I'm sure it's going to be a great show, but nothing's really been made official yet. Man, what a way to close out a great wrestling weekend.